Get yourself a Glock. Lose that nickel-plated sissy pistol.
Hey guys, welcome back to RBB 2024. Today I'm rolling out a new side series on everyday carry or EDC related to on-body and then eventually an EDC bag and then developing what you might carry in your car for like a get-home bag. So to start out that series, I wanted to kind of show you my decidedly old school on-body everyday carry. And the first thing I'm going to start out with is the pocket knife I recently purchased, and I did a series on this, and it is the Benchmade Mini Adamas. I'm still very happy with it. It's a great knife. One of the biggest problems I have with this is that it's so well built and so sturdy that it makes most of my other knives look flimsy in comparison, but that's a good problem to have, I suppose. The next thing that I would want to point out would be my multi-tool. I carry a multi-tool every day in a pocket. It goes on right when I get my clothes on in the morning. And for me, the Leatherman Free P4 is, I believe, the pinnacle of modern day multi-tools. Let's be honest, a multi-tool when you're around your house, it just saves you having to walk out to the garage to the toolbox and find a screwdriver or a wrench or something like that. But when you happen to be away from home, the multi-tool can be a lifesaver, even if it doesn't have a lot of additional accessories or attachments. Just being able to have a flathead or a Phillips head or a wrench available to you immediately can save you a lot of a headache. I believe that the Leatherman Free P4 is probably the best that's for the money. I know that Leatherman just came out with a version called the Arc, and I may review that later, but it's basically the same model with a couple of upgrades like a CPM Magna Cut blade. But I believe the P4 for about half the price of the Arc is still the hottest ticket going right now. And everybody who says, hey, can I borrow your multi-tool? And I let them try it, they're always giving it back going, man, that's cool. I didn't know they were making those now. Yes, they are. So this is part of my EDC, and for good reason. Now for my everyday carry flashlight, it's becoming decidedly old school. I not only carry one flashlight, I carry two flashlights in my pocket every day, and they are both Surefire backup MV models. I kind of grew up in the era of the CR123 lithium batteries, and because all it takes once the batteries go down is a quick battery change, I've always had more confidence in that procedure than plugging in a flashlight and waiting for it to charge. Many years in law enforcement, had to do that with a flashlight every night, and I hated it because once the charge is gone, you can't just change out batteries. So I've always been resistant to that, but I am starting to look at some of the newer versions of lighting systems that are out there that include their own power bank. And so stand by as I come back with an update later on about my EDC gear. When I say that, understand that these flashlights are not going to go in the waste bin. They will probably end up going in my EDC bag eventually. And that is because I don't think you can get around having a good solid light that has some water resistance to it, but is also capable of changing out the batteries, and you're right back in business. The next thing that I want to talk about is something that didn't necessarily make it into the thumbnail picture of this video, but is an absolutely crucial piece of my gear, and that is my wristwatch. I wear a two-door Pelagos LHD automatic movement watch on a Zulu band. Now I will tell you that the Pelagos is made to be waterproof in salt water all the way down to 500 meters, which I believe is 1,640 feet, for those of you who like to nerd out on that stuff. The watch comes with a titanium band. I am not a big fan of any metal bands. I'm not a big fan really of rubber bands. I'm a big fan of the nylon bands because they are the most durable. And the Zulu band in particular is a one-piece band that if one of the spring bars were to break off, there are two spring bars, one on each edge on this 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock ends of your watch. And if one of them breaks and all you have is a band connected to your watch, then the whole watch is just going to fall off your wrist. But if you have a one-piece band and the spring bars actually run through the band, then if one spring bar gives away, which is usually the case, then at least the watch head will sit there and flop on the band, and you'll know, oh wait, I got to stop, my watch is coming off. So it's one more redundant safeguard. To me, it's a huge deal. Zulu bands, believe it or not, you can get them for as inexpensive quality ones for 20 bucks, and they are absolutely worth it. Save that metal band, whether it's made of titanium or stainless or some precious metal, put that in the jewelry box and save it for the day that you either sell your watch or hand it down to one of your children, and it'll be in pristine condition. It is, I believe that those metal bands are truly not up for what the watches can handle. For me, the Pelagos is bomb-proof. I wear it every day. It gets banged around. It is, I would put it up against Casio G-Shock as far as how strong it is and what it can take as a beating. As far as the accuracy of the time that it keeps, at this point per month, I can't even tell you how many seconds it loses because it doesn't lose any seconds. It's stunning that an automatic movement watch can get this quality of accuracy, but it does, and I'm not going to argue with it. So Tudor Pelagos, that's what I run, and I haven't found a reason not to. I've been running it for about 5 years now. I do have some high-end watches, but the Tudor is the one that I don't baby. It literally is my beater watch. The next piece of kit you've probably seen in more than a few of my videos is my Pistola. It is my everyday carry is a Glock 43, and with the Shield Arms Z9+1 mag, and I also carry a spare mag. And this is what I carry pretty much every day around the house or when I got to go to the convenience store, pick something up in my local town. If I'm going out to where I can expect to be around a lot more people, I may change my armament just a little bit. But if you were to catch me on the street in the town that I live in, the Glock 43 is what I'd be wearing. So I still believe that especially paired with the Shield Arms magazines, it's a great setup. I still have I keep the gun, as I tell people, I keep the gun in the rounded gear minimalist holster. I rock this every day, and I have no reason to change at this point. I really believe, I wouldn't say it's state of the art, but it's a very good setup that is going to last me for a little while. Now I'm going to show you my wallet. My wallet is definitely a relic from the past, and this is one of those things that I expect I will be upgrading in the next few months. It is a little bit antiquated, and I want to stop having to go to my chiropractor from wearing my wallet in my back pocket. So that is essentially my everyday carry on body. So a couple of other things that didn't make it into the little thumbnail picture because they are on my key ring is number one, you've probably seen my little pry tool before. It's a 3-inch pry tool, and it's from countycom.com. This thing is hardened metal, and it runs like a champ, and it keeps me from using my pocket knife as a pry tool. I can't emphasize enough how useful these things are just to not destroy the tip of your knife. So I wouldn't say that the one from Countycom is the only one in town, but if you can find a good solid 3-inch, 2.5-inch pry tool that you can throw on your key ring, it's probably worth it. And the last thing that would be considered part of my on-body carry, because it's in my car keys that I throw on anytime I leave the house, would be the Redi-edge Tactical Pro knife sharpener in 40 degree, which is basically what most of my knives are sharpened at, is 20 and 20 degrees. This thing, I'm a big believer that dull knives are dangerous, and at any point, if you use your knife for anything more than just opening up a letter, you're eventually dulling it. And I want to keep my knives as absolutely sharp as possible so that when I have to cut something, it cuts like butter. So I believe that this is the Redi-edge is one of the best representations of modern day knife sharpening that can be carried with you without a lot of bulk. And so I'd encourage you to take a look at them. Again, everything that I bought, I paid for myself. I'm not shilling for any company yet. But what I want you guys to understand is that everyday carry, on-body carry, to me is evolutionary. It's not revolutionary. It's not things that you just go out and buy a whole new kit. It's because you're trying these things out every single day. Not just the things that you do use, but the things that you try out and then you realize, I don't get any use out of it, so I'm not going to carry it anymore. But I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know with your comments down below. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you right back here soon on ranges, backstops, and berms.